It's been super long since my last stream, so I'm proud of myself for that. We're back. I will probably do some tarot tonight. I don't know, maybe the mystery deck. It always calls to me. But we'll see. No real updates. Oh, I added stream elements, so that's kind of fun. Now I have a chatter with me, no matter what. I don't fully know how it works. I think it's just a mod bot, but we'll see. Yeah, so nothing really new. I've been reading this book. Hey! I've been reading this book, Prometheus Rising, I think it's called. Yeah. Because somebody recommended it to me, and I feel like it's helping me shift the way that I think, which I've been trying to do on my own for quite some time. I'm in a very terrible cycle of having a negative mindset, so I'm trying to change that. I don't always seem like I'd be that way, especially because I'm very joyful, even childlike in my wonder. But I just have this way of being a defeatist in my mind, especially about myself. So I'm working on it. I've been on my phone too much lately. It's so weird. It's like worse than it's ever been in my life. I don't know why. But I have a theory that it's because I've been vaping. Like I said, I quit vaping back in like October, I want to say. And I haven't bought one since, but people will just give me their vapes once they start dying. So then I get super addicted to vaping, and then all of a sudden I'm on my phone all the time. It's like such a weird correlation, but I'm noticing that it is very much a pattern. Still got my birthday nails. Cute little, yeah, I thought that was nice. Yeah, so what's up? I'm working on being creative too. I haven't been painting or anything, but now the weather's finally started to turn. So hopefully I'll just be outside painting more. I haven't been reading as much because I've been on my phone more, which is terrible. I traded out books for scrolling, and then I slipped out of the habit. So I'm trying to get back into it. Still working on the Sookie Stackhouse series. I've been working on my own novel. Actually, it's something I started a few years ago and never finished, and still don't have the full story worked out, but I'm editing it, what I've already written, and kind of typing page for page, going through and updating, renovating. It's cool. It's taking me a lot longer than I expected to just be retyping something for some reason. I don't know. I am changing a lot of everything that I wrote, but it's still very time consuming. It just feels very surprising. I recorded a song today and sent it to Dom Rocks, as we have all seen in the chat. So I'm excited about that. It took me forever to get it recorded and sent, so I don't blame him if it takes him forever to get something recorded to send back. Hey! My day's good. It was chill. Just did a little cleaning and cooking and whatnot. And writing. Big on the writing lately. I feel like because I haven't been doing anything else creative, I've been writing more. Like I haven't really been making music or painting or drawing or doing fucking anything. I just don't feel like I have a creative part of my brain. The song I recorded is something I wrote a long time ago and never got around to making. But I don't play instruments, so I kind of needed someone to be like, hey, I can do instruments. And that person is Dom. Yeah, how are you? I haven't started tarot yet or anything. Maybe we'll do zodiac signs tonight. I just did a general reading last time. I'm just going to stream until my batteries start dying on my laptop and my phone. The laptop's keeping the light on, and the phone is streaming. I still don't have my laptop back. The screen's getting fixed. Yeah. So, no real updates. Still looking for that creative part of me. I sleep a lot too. I sleep like 9 hours a day. Oh wow, we're like the opposite. I'm fucking chill. Do you smoke? Maybe it's time to, you know, cheers. What are you worried about? If you want to talk about it, um, I would say I'm pretty happy. Do you smoke or can you not? You seem stressed about going for a smoke. Why would that be stressful? I love the way I looked with a shaved head. However, the grow out is honestly painful. I looked up and all I could see was this. And I'm like, oh my god, I kind of have a mullet. Like no matter what I like this length, if I'm growing it out, it's just a mullet. It's just a mullet. I got a mullet. Oh wow, good for you. I can't even say I recommend it. Damn, yeah, yeah, that sucks. I'm kind of glad I live a life in which I'm not drug tested. I'm glad I work in industries that like encourage things like smoking. Like honest to God. Um, I think financially I pay for that, but what are you gonna do? Um, yeah, I started a little earlier tonight. I've been trying to start before midnight if I can. Uh, I used to be such a late night person. Now I don't stay up very late. It's very strange. I'm just not feeling myself lately. I have not been feeling like myself. And I don't feel the same confidence or hope that I used to feel. And I'm looking to get that back. So we're all we're all working on something. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Inconveniences can add up to feel like a lot. I totally get that. But feeling like someone's staring at you at night is creepy, and I've definitely been there. I've always been a very paranoid person, but now I'm on meds, which I think is why I sleep so much. You could try to do like a protection spell or even a banishing spell. I make up my magic as I go along. I don't necessarily recommend the same. Chaos magic is its own special chaos, if you will. Um, hey, he's super based. What's up? What a lit stream already. I think, last night is crazy. I kind of got dizzy too. I felt like I was going to pass out for no real discernible reason. Thank you. Thank you. I think I can too. That's why I said I was reading that book and trying new things and like switching up my habits and stuff. Um, been writing and things like that because it's hard to get back. I don't know. It might be an age thing too, where I'm just at this age. 'Cause I just had a birthday and I'm just like anxious about it, perhaps. Just feeling older, but also perhaps wiser. I feel so calm and chill and peaceful, but it's almost too much. Like I'm content in a situation that I shouldn't be content in. That's kind of like the double-edged sword of I'm like, oh, it's a slow season, enjoy the rest. But then I'm also like, also put a fire under your ass, do something about it. So it's kind of a trying to keep what I have, but forcing myself to get more, you know? And I haven't been writing poetry. Usually I go nuts with the poetry. I haven't really been writing poetry. I'm just working on this novel. And it's mostly because it's editing. It's not a whole lot of work. Like the story's already there. characters already written. I'm just editing it, so it's not actually taking too much creativity. I am putting in efforts changing a lot of what I wrote. I'm making it from a third person to a first person story, but um, I love that. Thank you for sharing. Good morning. That is cool. Yeah, I think we need to remind ourselves of that. We can be anything. And right now I don't feel like I could be anything. I feel like I'm nothing and will never be anything. And it's so weird because I used to be very hopeful towards feeling more accomplished than that. But lately I'm like, maybe I'm just the most mediocre person to ever walk the face of the earth. Who knows? But I'm glad I'm streaming again. It's been a minute since I stream regularly. It's hard to believe that I used to stream every night and sometimes for 6 hours. You can watch. Maybe I can send a link in the chat. You can watch all my past streams on YouTube now. By the way, I'll send the link. This water. Dun, 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 dun. Made me agree to my own rules just now when I tried to chat. So that's a link to all past streams, which there, for some reason, not for some reason, it's because I created the playlist and put the two most recent videos when I created it and then went back and added all the old ones. So the first two are recent streams and then the following are all in chronological order. It's over 400 videos. Yeah. I'm working on reconnecting with my spirituality so that I can start feeling like myself again, because I feel like it was such a big part of my identity and made me truly feel like I knew who I was, and without it I feel really lost and directionless in a sense. So I am trying to listen more, trying to be connected more, trying to do things more, get back to where I was without going off the deep end and ending up in hell like I did. Yeah, pretty cool sleep paralysis demon, you know? Traps you but with an inspiring word. No, hell was terrifying. It was the scariest fucking experience I've ever had in my life. Ever. It's happened twice. And I mean, it's psychosis. But on a spiritual level, once I got rid of the psychosis, I seem to have gotten rid of all the spirituality too. And I was talking to a friend of mine who's a practitioner, and she was like, no, I've been there where I've taken a hiatus and she's back on her shit. So I kind of have faith that it'll come back with time. But it's been like 6 months, and it feels like a big part of the reason it's not there is because psychosis or not, I was in hell. Dude, it was so fucking scary. It was so scary. It was so scary. Like thinking that you have to die because you're already in hell, you know, and you're still walking around and you're like, well, I'm dead now. Gotta die somehow. It was just so crazy. And beyond that, the visuals and I mean, you could even say paranoia. It was just crazy. It was all the evil and all the violence that you could possibly imagine. I started this little sketchbook I was trying to make it like the Be Forever Always part 2, but it's not going that good. Because the writing is all over the place and it's not, the pages are big and I don't write big enough probably to give it the same effect. It's more dense. I'm glad I recorded this. There's 2 parts to this video. That's kind of nice that it is never terror. It is really nice. That would be fun. Stray cats seem to be really living it up. These things get so clogged. This one's got like a bunch of the wax in the top of it. It's like so electronic, like so strange. It's just also really convenient. You can kind of do it anywhere. So. I've been having dreams lately. I feel like it had been a while and then I started dreaming a lot, but I don't think I dream every night, or at least I don't remember my dreams every night. I go through phases of having like intense, even lucid dreams, and then like not really dreaming at all. And it doesn't seem to be anything that influences it. A lot of people say, oh, I quit smoking weed and I had crazy dreams. But when I don't smoke, sometimes I don't dream, and when I smoke, I could smoke a shit ton of weed and still dream. It's never been it for me. Nice. That's cute. Yeah, you must have been a cat. Cat gangs and shit. You out here in the streets. Oh, damn, that sucks. Nightmares are a trip, man. So then you wake up and you're like still kind of panicked. You're like, what the fuck was that? I've had dreams that haunted me for weeks. I still think about some of the nightmares that I've had. Really intense. The Holocaust nightmare I had was the most intense. And the fact that I talked to dead people makes me wonder who the fuck I was talking to in that dream. She spoke Russian, but I understood everything she was telling me. It was like having a translator right in front of me. That was nuts. I was on a train, and yeah, it was crazy. Just crazy. Gotta have hope. Things get better, even though they're terrible right now. And I feel like the state of the world is a huge part of the reason that I feel hopeless even in my own life, because we have a very uncertain future, to be quite frank. And I think we've always been in uncertain times to some extent. I've talked about this before, where it's like everyone who's ever existed thought they were living the apocalypse or the world ending, or however you want to put it. And they didn't, you know what I mean? However, we might come across a societal collapse, but that's a lot different. Global warming, pretty questionable stuff. We'll see how that goes. So, in these very uncertain times, it's hard to imagine that I'm going to have a bright and normal future when it just seems like that's next to impossible these days between war and the economy. It just feels like the world's pretty dire. Or we're just more aware of how dire it is. Has it always been this dire? I don't know. It seems like What's happening in Gaza hasn't really happened since the Holocaust, which honestly wasn't even 100 years ago. So this seems like a little too common frequency. You know what I mean? Like, the fuck are y'all doing this again? Second one in the last century. Like, please. Um, that's pretty grim. And the fact that we're on the wrong side as a country here in the US, anyway, I don't know about y'all, if y'all are here or not. The shit of it is, what if they turn on us next? You know, we see the way that they're treating these college students on campus, and it's just a mess out here, and there's no way for us to stop it. It's terrible. Billions of dollars going to war, and we can barely afford groceries, and everyone is a renter, and nothing is looking good, and people want higher wages, and the bosses and CEOs and big time corporate cats, they've been making more and more money, and there's nothing we can do about it. There's no cap on a salary. Why these corporations literally just sieving money from us, siphoning money from us, taking when they don't need it. They have plenty, more than enough, and it's all profit, and all we are is profit, not for ourselves but to them. Pretty crazy. Hard to feel like you're gonna break through on anything. Hard to feel like you even want to be a part of any of that, right? Like, that's what it comes down to. Is like, damn, what am I being complicit in by going along with the standard daily routines? And oh my god, it's just crazy. So I think it's very natural to feel a little more hopeless or helpless than I used to, because things have gotten really bad. Um, the US is basically creating a world war because they are funding wars all over the world, starting them, getting involved in them, all kinds of stuff. So right, and I have allowed it to happen. I've definitely gotten to that point. I even use it as a means to justify staying in bed, because I think about how many people in Gaza don't have beds, and I'm like, well, if they had one, they'd want to be in it right now. They'd want to be sleeping. They'd want a good rest. So it's okay for me to enjoy what I have, because I'm just being grateful for it. I Yeah, and I've always been a light in this world, quite honestly. I play with darkness, sit in darkness, practice darkness, love darkness, but I'm truly a light just by being the shining, hopeful, bright eyed, and sweet person that I am, you know? A lot of people disagree with those things about me because they've seen terrible sides of me, but without those terrible sides, all that's left is a big fucking sweetie pie. Um, I am way so nice. Way so nice. Ah, I hope so. That's true. Other people see the ugly side of PMDD. I think the genocide is the only thing I really cry about anymore. It's very hard to move me to tears these days. Again, I think it's the meds, because I went from crying all the time to like never crying. Um, Thanks to that. Um, which I can appreciate. I don't need to be crying all the time. But I do miss going through cycles of emotions rather than feeling very minimal emotions to begin with. So whatever. But I've gotten snippety snappity with some randos on here though. I've definitely gotten a temper with people on here, I feel like. Or been a straight up bitch. Just like saying the wrong thing and then digging the hole deeper and keep saying the wrong thing. Also, I'm also always working on my posture these days. I've noticed how bad it's gotten. And I'm like trying so hard to be consciously sitting up straight all the fucking time. That's just because I don't want to be totally bent over by the time I'm 90. If I get to live that long, you know what I'm saying? I want to be healthy and upright as long as I'm alive. So I can't just be out here with the computer back, even though that's exactly how it happened. We were all in the 90s and the early 2000s. Phones are bad enough, but oh man, computers did a number on this generation, let me tell you. Yoga's supposed to help with it. I've been slacking a little bit on my daily yoga. Haven't been as gung-ho about it. Haven't really cared. I don't know what's going on with me, but I don't like it. I do not like it. I'm trying to do better. But it's hard sometimes. Again, the hopelessness is real. Yeah, I hope that's true. I really hope that's true. It's so fucked the fuck up. Karma will come. And I hear she's a bitch. I recorded the one song and I feel like I should have recorded the other song. There's a line in it that says Karma's a bitch. That's why I thought of it. Ooh, karma is fair. You are so right. That's based. That's fucking based. Yeah. Karma is fair. I haven't set this pen down, y'all. Did you notice that? I think it's the vape thing where it's just the comfort. I didn't bring my vape to the stream. Thought about that. It's almost dead anyway, and then I'll be off the shit. Until the next one. Or maybe I'll start refusing them. Why? Karma police, arrest this man. I don't know any. This is what you get when you mess with us. For a minute, I lost myself. I lost myself. For a minute, I lost myself. I lost myself. Okay, I think that's all the lyrics I know to that song. I don't like Tom York at all, so I'm not a huge fan of Radiohead. They have a few songs. I know that the Green Plastic Trees one I liked when I heard it a long time ago. Haven't listened to it since. Idiotech is my least favorite song, maybe ever. Maybe ever. That song haunts me to this day. When I was living in a little pancake house, we were doing all kinds of stuff. Rock and roll, if you will. And I can't say I disagree with you. And we had a CD player because Pandora was like the only streaming service back then, and it was a weird thing where you couldn't look up a song. You had to like listen to random music that was similar to the song you were looking up. Pandora was weird. I feel like I never forgave Pandora for that. I feel like I ditched them and didn't look back. The CD player would skip sometimes. And Idiotech is the first song on whatever fucking album that is. and it would just, if you've heard Idiotech, you would know how annoying that is. And if you knew what it was like to be rocking and rolling, you would also hate that song. Yeah, I do readings, but I mean, I don't know when. We're just kind of talking right now. We're just catching up over here. We're just having a good time. I know I'm in the tarot category. I don't like the just chatting category because of the crowd it draws. I'm harassed the most. It's been a long time. I've considered being on just chatting, kind of grow the audience too, maybe, but it's always been weirdos and regulars, and all my regulars came from the tarot category. So I feel like, what's the point? Maybe I'm too comfortable on the tarot channel. But I will do some cards. Usually I do zodiac readings or general readings. Last time I did general readings, so maybe this time we will do individual zodiac signs, because that's always fun and fair. I've also considered opening up the queue, you guys. I am actually considering doing personal readings, but I gotta figure out the bot situation to make a queue. I think Streamlabs, or not Streamlabs, Stream Elements is the way that people are doing it, because I turned on a bot setting that was uh, mod bot, but I haven't figured out how to make the other bots connect. So, yeah. I fucking hope you're right. I really hope you're right. Because some people don't suffer enough. Henry Kissinger lived to be in his 90s, bro, and never saw time in prison, never lost his position or power or wealth. Like, he just died of old age. That is not like war criminal. No karma was served there. Oh, he's gonna be reincarnated. Maybe he's going to hell. I seen hell. It was not fun. It was not cool. It was not a good place. So, you know what? Maybe he's going to hell. Maybe he's gonna suffer for eternity. I don't really know. I think that's not something that the Christians necessarily got right. But if they did, I'd be glad to see Henry Kissinger in hell. Among many other people who simply did not serve their karma. I hope, I used to be a strong believer that death was not the end for us, especially because I talked to dead people. And then I saw hell, and I was like, you know what? I hope that's not the case. I really hope that's not where we're going. I really hope that my sins can be forgiven, because I never killed anybody like that. Damn. Yo, what up? Did you see what I did? I emailed you, and then I sent you a message. I did the song. We're talking about war criminals serving karma, and how they don't unless hell is real, which, like, I do and don't hope. So cool. Thank you. I don't know about being absolved. I hope, again, I'm hopeful in these ways. I used to be a big believer, but now I'm like, yo, I'm a little sketched out by some things I've seen. I think that's why I'm on a bit of a hiatus. My readings are still dope, still spot on with the readings. But everything else, I'm like, I don't know. I really don't even resonate with astrology as much anymore. But yeah, that's cool. I feel like I believe in a little bit of everything. Like I used to remember the hologram of the man, and you walk through and you see the judges and you decide which way you're gonna go, if you're gonna suffer, if you're gonna bliss and walk. And when you come out, you can reincarnate. Something like that. Do you think that's reincarnation? Yeah, me and Dom are working on a song. I wrote something and came up with a melody, but I don't play instruments, so I sang it on GarageBand and I sent it to him, and he's gonna make something up and he's gonna send it back, and then I'm gonna re-record it, and then I think he's gonna mix it, if I even use that word correctly, and or whatever, and we're gonna make a song, postal service style, except we're not using the mail, we're using the internet, the viral service, virtual service, not the viral service, the virtual service. I do really like that name. Um, Dom makes great music. This is just happening today, so probably not really anything to show for it yet. But he liked it, so it's a good sign. That's so cute. I love that, and I totally, yeah, that makes sense. Um, Also, Sung Tongs is 20 years old today. FYI. Isn't that crazy? 20 fucking years ago, Sung Tongs? Jeez. The first album I heard was Grass in 2006 when it came out. Or, no, that's Feels? What is it called? Grass is the track name, Feels is the album. Right? The fuck? What is that? You know what? The one that came out in 2006, what is that album? I guess I'll just look it up because you're not responding. Because there's a delay in the chat. No, I don't know. Feels, right? Yeah, studio album. Okay, it's Feels and Grass is one of the tracks. Feels is a great album. But Sung Tongs came out 20 fucking years ago. Feels it's on its way, and I've been listening to Animal Collective for almost 20 years. It's so crazy. Because, like, I still love them. There's a lot of music that I'm like, oh yeah, loved this. Or sometimes I love it. But Animal Collective, I'm like, yeah, all the time in the mood, willing to listen to Animal Collective whenever. There is always something you can listen to by them. I fucking love Animal Collective. They are the tits. Yeah. Some dude that I went to high school with let me borrow Feels, the Feels CD, and I put some of the songs on my iPod, but I still had an iPod Nano, so it was only like 2 gigs, so I would only choose like the shortest songs, and Animal Collective has some pretty long songs, so it wasn't the whole album, but I listened to it. I just have the songs stuck in my head. I don't know the words because it's Animal Collective and it's so hard to understand what they're saying, and sometimes they're just saying gibberish. Yeah. So cool. This is gonna be fun. So, new music project when I haven't been feeling creative. That's the thing, I've been trying to finish projects that I already started, like the novel and the song. They're things that I wrote a long time ago, and now I'm like coming back to it and like, oh, if I don't know what else to do, I can do what I was already doing. What do y'all think about my hair behind my ears, by the way? I know I keep bringing up my hair tonight. I feel like I'm having a bad hair day. It's a weird blow dryer I use, but it's not that bad. It's kind of cute. Looks kind of curly. I feel like I like it not behind my ears, but my man was like, oh my god, it's so cute when you tuck it behind your ears. I think I look like a hipster douche in a way. I'm like, this makes me look 40, kinda, but this makes me look hip as fuck. Thank you. It was my birthday hair. I went hot, hot pink. It's starting to fade a little. The orange is coming through. It's definitely pink. It's fading pink. Well, it was something really highly saturated so that it would fade into something light. But I think it's going to just fade out more than it's going to fade. Um, I have another song that I wrote and came up with a melody for. And I was gonna record it. Oh, thanks. That's cool. Um, but I didn't. I was like, I'm just gonna stream because it was already like 11:30, and I was trying to start before midnight. And I kind of wish I did, but then it's like, don't overwhelm Dom. One at a time is fine. And I feel like I haven't practiced the other one as much as I practiced the one that I did today. I don't know why I'm literally going to my notes right now to look at it for no reason. Yeah, I don't think I really like it that much. Not that, well, some of it. I like the chorus. It's a lot of lyrics. No, it's probably fine. Yeah, I was just looking at it. I don't know if that one's actually ready to record. I gotta figure it out more. So we'll just do one at a time. It's gonna be fun. And I kinda gotta plug my laptop in to keep the light on. Also, sorry if it's just been auto rolling ads and I haven't shut the fuck up. I don't know if it did yet. I don't know how often it auto rolls because the timer is only on if I do it myself, and that's why I know when to roll the ads is because it's on a timer. But if I'm not playing them myself, there's no timer, so it doesn't say. Alright, well, there's no. I'm on my iPhone, so I don't really have like a BRB screen. I'm just gonna do this for a second. I'm back. Was there a flash on the screen, by the way? Like, when I was going to sit down, it kind of looked like something popped up on the screen. When it was I had it face down. I thought that was really weird. So, how we doing? Did we vent enough? Did we bitch enough? Did we get everything off of our chest? What's the rap stuff? You mean this beef with Kendra? I only listened to Euphoria. I didn't listen to any of the other beef, if that's what you're referring to. He crushed Drake on Euphoria. Fuck Drake. Fucking weirdo, pedophile ass bitch. So fucking gross. Texting 14-year-old girls about boy stuff and not letting them repeat what you talked about is creepy as fuck. Yeah, it's about time for his downfall, dude. There's a reason he's not welcome in Canada. One of his boys got napped up for the same shit. Like, Did he really say that in the song? I didn't even catch that. He's like, don't use the N word. And I'm like, bruh. Kendrick. Thank you. Damn. Wow. Good for him. God, I love him. Yeah. It's all coming down. It's all coming down. I hope he keeps coming for him. Should we listen to her? No, I'll do it later. Should we listen to it? Oh. He's such a weirdo. I'm so glad someone came for that man. So glad. Of course it's not just Drake. And I'm just glad to see Drake going down. That's all. I know there's many more, and I'll probably be disappointed at some point or another, because no one is safe and no one is innocent, right? Right. Oh, I love that. Cheers. Cheers to good news out there. See, the world is getting better. I feel like Drake wouldn't know if Kendrick beat his wife. And like, who cares if one of his kids isn't his? That's not like an equal beef. You know what I mean? I feel like, how the fuck would Drake know if Kendrick beat his wife? I feel like that's just an empty kind of thing. You know, like maybe I'm being biased because I love Kendrick. And again, if one of his kids aren't his own, then he's the dad who stepped up. Like, I'm not judging him for that. That's crazy. That's true. Well, it's the start of something. This is going to be a domino effect. I'm glad there's rap beef. It's going to expose people. It's going to expose people for who they really are. Super based. Can you take me higher? I feel like it's not doing anything. I can get down with that, rap being a competitive sport. That's why I have so much respect for famous people who aren't celebrities, if that makes sense. Like notoried people, notable people, or people who are famous but not celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of hate celebrities like Taylor Swift and Beyonce and Drake and whoever. Because it's creepy as fuck. It's creepy as fuck. Like, why do you want to be the center of attention and you cannot even act like any of that happens organically? Like, you can have fans, but you don't need cult followings. You don't need to make people feel like, oh, I'm a part. I mean, I guess fandoms build on their own a lot of the time, but I feel like, I don't know, think about how much you have to pump into advertising and marketing, even as a streamer or an influencer or something like that. You know, these record companies were putting a fuck ton into advertising, and it's like, why would you even want that? You know, you gotta ask yourself at what point enough is enough. Yeah, people can be sensitive. I don't know. You'd have to ask a Hindu, maybe, right? Isn't karma a Hindu belief? Whoa. Okay. Says the pen doesn't do anything, then says something like this. I've always had the theory that time is more of a thing than we realize, right? Like, time is its own matter. And we just can't process it being there because we always live in the present time. So we don't notice the waste that is created by past time or what makes up future time. My theory is that time creates waste, and you can see that evidence in memories and dreams and stuff. But anyway, what if we were just really small? Thank you for the follow, Bella. What if we were just really small, like atoms, inside of a greater being, and that being had a similar lifespan that we have, but we experience time greater because we're so small and time is so big. And that's why the world is sick, because our giant person is sick. He's got cancer. It's the US. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Y'all are awesome. Thank you. Yeah, we just experience time to a different scale. Time is bigger to us, so it feels a lot longer. Because we don't really know what's going on with our atoms and cells and stuff. We can barely see that shit. You know what I mean? So who knows what we make up? We have no idea how any of this works, especially if it's like all kind of a figment of our imagination in the first place, because the way we see things isn't how they actually are, it's how we perceive them, which is fucking crazy. Have we considered that animals can perceive things in the way that they are? That's crazy. What if some animals could see things for what they are? Or is it just because anything has eyes they can't? But then maybe plants perceive things in a totally different way. They can't start thinking about plant consciousness or you're gonna stop eating. Fuck. I feel like I've never identified with having an eating disorder, but I notice I don't eat that much sometimes. Which I feel like fasting is a thing, but I'm not usually intentionally fasting. So it's kind of a weird thing where sometimes I just straight up don't have an appetite and I can go hours without eating and not even notice. And it is so fucking bizarre. I wish I was just hungry. It might be the vape, dude. The vape is not good. Actually, I feel like any nicotine products and tobacco is going to do the same thing. and I don't smoke as much weed as I used to, because I used to be kind of more of a wake and bake, or at least hang out for a few hours and smoke weed, and now I'm like, oh, it's nighttime, I could smoke a little bit, and it's a very different world for me, because I feel like maybe smoking all the time gave me more of an appetite. Um, but it's weird, because it's not like I'm trying to lose weight or feel insecure about anything. I love to eat, I love food, but sometimes I just don't even think of it, or just don't want anything. And it's like, is that an eating disorder? I don't know. Could be that food aversion disorder, but there's so much that I like. That's the weird thing about it. There's so much I like. But yeah, it's 12:22, so it's 2:22. Maybe that's what I'm doing. Some people fast out loud, though. Some religions have fasting holidays and whatnot. So they fast all day during Ramadan. So that seems a little harsh. And like I said, I'm not doing it intentionally, so I was just saying it's like fasting. Maybe I'm too chill in my beliefs, but you seem pretty rigid. You sound like organized religion right now. I'm generalized spirituality. You feel like organized religion. Sorry, I'm just teasing. But it's true, because you're like, oh, if you do this and you do that. You know, and I'm like, hey, I think if you just do it, or try to do it, or whatever you're doing. Yeah, maybe I'm just fasting and don't realize it. It's between me and God. Between me and God. To silence between God and me. To us and him. La people yeah, self-inflicted shame and guilt is totally real. I grew up Catholic. I like to say that I'm still Catholic, so that when I say blasphemous shit about the church, it's like, well, at least I know what I'm talking about. And they confirmed me as a Catholic, so it's actually not blasphemous. It's my specialty. They taught me everything I need to know, and my assessment is Jesus was probably some kind of trans gay drug dealer. I don't know how you listen to that story and don't come up with the same conclusion, to be honest, as much as people might wonder how I come up with that conclusion. But you got 12 dudes to leave their wives, children, and jobs behind to follow your ass around, and you're gonna sit here and tell me you didn't put out or put drugs in their hands and money in their pockets? I don't buy it. He does not give off holy man vibes. Holy men just like feel like they hang out with other holy men. They're like equals. You know, Jesus was like the head guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Something about it. He's a prophet, but he didn't hang out with other prophets. I'm thinking mushrooms, right? Like God molecule, like cult-like mentality. Well, I just think the 3 days in a cave, dying, being reborn, and being stoned by the village seems like classic queer plot lines. You know what I'm saying? It's not even about him being femme. And there's some weird stuff in the Book of Thomas which is not included in many versions of the Bible. Like Jesus saying, I will make woman man like me. Yeah, like there's a lot of stuff that's going on where it's like, are you reading the same book? It sounds like it might be the story of the first trans woman, you know? Died and was reborn into, you know what I'm saying? Like no one would have got him off that cross. He's just gonna let people die up there. That's crazy. Um, Probably underwent an operation in a cave somewhere, and then post-op woke up and was a new gender because wild. Like, I don't know. Or necromancy. Well, Jesus was a necromancer. He did bring someone back from the dead. Isn't that the whole point? Was it Lazarus? We've been over this. It is Lazarus, right? I guess I'll Google it. So straight up necromancy going on in the cave. Crazy. And then it's like, oh, it's God, it's God. But now if anybody does it these days, it's not God. Who did Jesus bring back to life? I was gonna say from the dead. And so the first one is bring back to life. The second one is bring back from the dead. It is Lazarus. I wonder why. I wonder why. Why Lazarus of all people? Just to prove something? That's necromancy, dog. What the fuck? So if I talk to dead people, I'm doing what Jesus did. Necromancy. I could see them sometimes. Mostly in my mind's eye, not so much as apparitions. I don't often see apparitions. Although some apparitions want to be seen. So yeah, especially because they stick to this like Jesus was never married and never had kids. You don't think that was gay when gay marriage was illegal? To be unwed and hanging out with a bunch of dudes. Again, like, it's just got queer written all over it. It's so queer coded. So queer coded. And it's been translated so many times that it's like, yeah, how much of this story did you leave out? Honestly. Whores were scribes back in the day, so when they say Mary Magdalene whore of Babylon, she was actually more like a secretary than a prostitute. She worked for the government. Just saying. Interesting how we interpret. He probably was. There was a lot of unaccounted time in his life. A lot of it. That, you know, I need to meditate more. I think I have always been a big meditator, and I haven't been doing it. I haven't even been listening to my meditation music. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Maybe I'll put meditation music on for bed. I don't usually listen to anything or watch anything when I'm sleeping. I go through phases. Sometimes I fall asleep watching TV. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I listen to music. Sometimes I'm in silence. Sometimes I like my lava lamp. Sometimes I don't. I go through phases in life. Oh, I believe it. Yeah, I believe it. Um, okay, so I might try to roll the ad because it says I can roll, because I'm gonna go get more water. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna stream. An hour already. Look at us. And the chat is popping, so I'm down to chit chat for a little longer. But I gotta take a quick break. I'm gonna get water. So, okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm trying to absorb this. Interesting. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I got it unmuted. There we go. What did I miss? Ooh. The books are pretty unreliable with how many times they've been one on the timer. With how many times they've been translated, in my opinion. Interesting chat while I was gone. No arguments necessary. We can discuss things in a mature manner. Yeah. I say some pretty radical stuff, and I was trying to stay away from it because I'm a day walker now. But I can't help it. I go back to it. It makes me feel alive. I'm just a punk bitch, you know? Punk ass bitch, man. Well, I don't disagree with like the thought that we're all God in a sense. We create our own realities. We're the gods of our own lives in a way. But then I also think about like demigods and ancient gods and not just like the omnipotent God. I don't know the right word. Omnipresent God. But I don't necessarily believe that the old gods are gods either. I feel like God's more ambiguous than that. To me, God is a neon spaghetti monster in space. When I saw God, that is what I saw. Yeah. Too many authors, too many languages that it's gone through, too many hands, too many people, too much colonization with the Bible, at least. I can't really speak on the other books, but it's the same idea where it's been translated so many times and passed down for so long. You don't really get the original story. You get a fabricated version of what somebody wants you to think or tell you. And it's often used for indoctrination. I've been getting a lot of songs randomly stuck in my head lately. I feel like it kind of went away for a while, and now I'm just always kind of singing something to myself. Maybe I'm getting back into music. I noticed I don't listen to a lot of music lately. I've been trying to more. I did today, and I loved it. I listened to it on my headphones. Listening to my headphones. I got them off TikTok, to be honest, but no regrets. I like them a lot. Battery lasts for a really long time too. Not that we need to be off the topic of religion, that was just a side note because I had a song stuck in my head. It goes on, and it did go around the world, the Bible. Crazy stuff. It's also amazing that I still have subscribers when I barely stream anymore. I really appreciate whoever they are. It's very cool. I never actually played the ads, did I? Maybe they're auto-rolling tonight, I have no idea. Nobody's mentioned it, so I just assume it's not an issue. Sorry I didn't feel like downloading Twitch on my laptop. It's already pretty slow. I don't think it could handle streaming. We're just gonna wait until I get the other one back. Yeah, I'm definitely based in experience. And I experienced hell, so I don't know if I believe in it. I don't want to believe in it. That's where my spiritual road hit a fork, because I finally saw something I did not want to believe after believing in everything I once saw. Finally saw some shit I didn't want to see. Saw hell. It was very scary. It was very scary. That's true. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Getting tired, but I'm gonna try to last for at least another 15 minutes. Doritos. Got the best emojis. Emotes. No, y'all been carrying this conversation. I ain't gonna lie. It's been really interesting. I have nothing to add. I'm thinking very deeply about these things because, again, I'm not super attuned to spirituality these days. I'm trying to get back into it, but I feel like I have a block on me, and even though I can still do readings, I'm not quite as connected with things as I used to be. I don't pray as much, I don't meditate, I don't even walk anymore. So I gotta implement these things back into my life in order to feel that connection. No. No, I would never. I feel like the yoga I do is a combination of yoga, stretching, and working out, and it's not like good yoga. But maybe we'll do one yoga stream with the Be Here Now yoga, because that's like where we left off, and I never resumed reading it. Maybe we can do that. The Be Here Now yoga. What do you mean you experienced it all? Mm. We all have a story to tell. I don't even know what that is. I just remember hearing it when I was in elementary school, or maybe. I don't know, maybe I wasn't that young. I'm very fixated on my posture right now. I'm sitting up straight, and it's taking all the effort I have to do it. It's so crazy how bad my posture is. I work with some guy who claims he used to be a doctor, and I asked him if he thought I had scoliosis, and he said no, just bad posture. It's like, ouch, yeah, I gotta fix that. Gotta make your core stronger in order to hold your spine up, basically. That's why yoga, I think, I'm trying real hard. Um, Probably not doing tarot tonight. What do you think? Don't know if I'm vibing. Yeah, sometimes it is good to get reinforcement. Relatability is nice. I'm noticing there's not a super big lag from the stream to the watch screen that I got going. When I use Streamlabs, it's way off. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll start over with the sketchbook. I want it to be different than it is. Yeah, I might start over. I think I'm finding my creativity. The spring is helping. It's nice that it's nice out. Been outside a lot more. It feels good. I'm getting my confidence back. I'm figuring out who I am. I'm reconnecting with God and the universe, you know? And I'll get my creativity along with it. Me too. You can tell us anything you want. I've been telling stories on here all the time. Silly ones, serious ones, sad ones, happy ones. We can tell stories around here. My best friend is gonna write a memoir. I find that very brave because I don't know if I could. I don't think my life's been interesting enough. I think it just depends. I'm always used to people trauma dumping on each other. I used to trauma dump on everyone I ever met. No, I will not call you a dumpster. You are so sweet. experiences. I don't know. I guess I have had some traumatic experiences, but when you get far away enough and heal enough, it doesn't feel as bad as it used to, you know? I was really in the throes of PTSD for a long time, and I finally don't have to deal with it anymore, even if I've had to sacrifice other parts of myself in the process, like the creative part or the spiritual part. It's kind of worth not living in survival mode all the time like I was, although sometimes I don't think I'm doing enough to survive. So it's all about finding that balance. I don't know when I'll stream again. This was fun to do this. And I streamed a couple nights ago too, so maybe I'll start streaming more. I mean, I feel like we tend to talk about the same stuff, but it always seems to be different people in on the conversation or new elaborations if we have had the conversations before, so it's always a cool thing to get to do that. Um, yeah, absolutely. Even though I do feel lost, I feel like I have lost myself in a big way lately, but I'm working on getting it back, trying new things, putting myself out there, like still streaming through the struggle, and like I said, reading that book, Prometheus Rising. I'm only on chapter 3, and it's helped a lot already. Where it's just nice to be fed back some of the things that you believe in with a more official spin, more information, more concrete kind of ideas for you. You know, it's been good. I think I'm gonna go read before bed, get into that habit instead of being on my stupid phone, which I need to just get rid of if I can't handle it, you know? Let the vape die and stop scrolling so much, right? Getting back to the books. I got my next Sookie Stackhouse novel too. Picked it up from the library today. So that's always exciting. But yeah, I don't know when I'll stream again. Sorry I didn't do any tarot. Sometimes I get those random daytime stream urges. Actually, I think it's only happened once, but that's okay. At least it happened. So I really don't know when I'll be back. Um, yeah. It's not fuck your opinion anyway. Your opinion's valid here. And appreciated. I don't like being the only one who talks. I don't know how I used to stay up late. God, these meds make me tired, I think. For sure. I've been wanting to stay up later too, because I'm like, well, if I'm going to sleep late, then I might as well stay up late. But instead, I go to bed early and sleep in late. Not super late, but still later than someone who goes to bed at the time I do. I get like 8 to 9 hours of sleep. It's uncomfortable. I'm used to getting 4 to 6. Now I get 8 to 10. It's like, what the fuck? Who has time? Um, so I'm gonna read before bed. Stay up a little later. Anyway, y'all. I think that's just gonna be it for the night. How are we feeling? We had some good talks. We had some wild conversations. Does that mean win stream? Because I feel like this stream was a win for sure. It was awesome. Thank you. You too when you get it. And thanks for being here. Thanks for chatting with me all night. It was super great. You can catch all my old streams on YouTube. I think I already sent y'all the link, but this one will be on there too. Yeah, so if you want to watch more streams, you can. And follow my YouTube channel if you don't already. I honestly don't even post videos on there anymore, but maybe someday it'll monetize itself and I can be doubly monetized, but I doubt it because it takes a lot to get monetized on YouTube. Lucky to be monetized on Twitch. So yeah. And I'm really surprised I made it till 1 o'clock. It's nuts. I feel like I hardly ever do this anymore. And again, I'm surprised I used to stay up as late as I do now, or as I did before. I really don't now. But maybe we'll work our way up. I think another big thing, it was just an hour and 33 minutes, 32 seconds or 2 viewers. That was really cute. I think I used to drink a lot more coffee than I do now, even though I don't feel like I need caffeine that much and I can go a day without coffee and it doesn't really bother me. I just feel like I was getting myself caffeinated. And that could be why I felt more creative and in tune and doing shit, because caffeine is, well, it can be pretty psychedelic. So I've got a French press for my birthday, thanks to my best friend. And that's nice. So maybe I'll start over-caffeinating myself again. Who knows? But anyway, for now, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go read. And once more, don't know when I'll be back, but watch some of the old streams in the meantime because it's a good time. Lots of cool information and discussions that we used to have to the wee hours of the morning. I love y'all. Thanks for being here. And have a great, 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 great night. Sorry that I didn't do any tarot tonight, but we'll get to it next time or maybe daytime. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good day to you. Good night and good luck from me and all that stuff. See ya. Thank you.